Sure, here's a speech based on the theme asterisk asterisk, the GPS of success. Stop letting feelings drive your decisions. Asterisk asterisk, inspired by Eric Thomas's motivational style and message, without mentioning his name. Everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants to win, but very few people are willing to do what it asterisk takes asterisk to actually get there. You say you want success, but when it's time to grind, you let your feelings tell you what to do. That's the problem. Feelings are a terrible GPS. They'll take you off course every time. You feel tired, so you don't get up. You feel discouraged, so you stop trying. You feel uncomfortable, so you quit. If you follow your feelings, you'll never reach your destination. You have to decide today that your life, your goals, your destiny are more important than how you asterisk feel asterisk in the moment. You don't get to be great by being comfortable. You get to be great by showing up whether you feel like it or not. There are people out there with half your talent, half your resources, half your knowledge, and they're winning. You know why? Because they made a decision, a real one. They decided they would show up no matter what. They decided to push through pain, push through fatigue, push through doubt because they locked in on their asterisk. Why asterisk? You say you want success, but are you willing to sacrifice for it? Are you willing to do what you said you would do, even after the mood you said it in is gone? That's the difference between winners and everybody else. It's not feelings, it's commitment. Success doesn't care how you feel. The gym doesn't care. The business doesn't care. The dream doesn't care. The work still has to get done, so stop letting how you feel determine what you do. Get your mind right. Let purpose guide you. Let discipline guide you. Let commitment guide you. When your alarm goes off, don't check in with your feelings. Check in with your asterisk. Why asterisk? When you hit that wall and you feel like giving up, don't ask yourself if you're tired. Ask yourself if your asterisk finished asterisk. You're not always going to feel motivated. That's normal. But if you build discipline, if you build habits, if you follow your internal GPS, the one that's locked onto your vision, your purpose, you will get there. So today, draw the line. Stop making decisions based on how you feel. Make them based on who you want to become. Lock in, focus up, and keep going no matter what. Feelings are one of the most powerful forces we experience as human beings. They're real, they're intense, and they can influence nearly every part of our lives. But when it comes to chasing success, whether in your career, your health, your relationships, or your personal goals, feelings are not reliable guides. They fluctuate. One day you feel motivated, the next you don't. One day you feel inspired, the next you feel tired, discouraged, or even hopeless. If your decisions are driven by those emotional ups and downs, your path will constantly be shifting, and you'll never gain the consistency needed to succeed. Think about how many times you've said, "I'll do it later," or "I just don't feel like it right now." Maybe it was skipping a workout, putting off that project, or not following through on a plan you made. In that moment, your feelings took the wheel, and every time we give our feelings the driver's seat, we surrender control of our direction. Feelings are like weather. They change from day to day, sometimes minute to minute. And if you let them steer your actions, you'll be like a ship with no compass, tossed around by whatever wave comes next. The truth is, feelings are not facts. Just because you feel tired doesn't mean you can't perform. Just because you feel fear doesn't mean you're not capable. Just because you feel like quitting doesn't mean you should. Real growth comes when you acknowledge your feelings but refuse to let them dictate your decisions. You can feel afraid and still move forward. You can feel exhausted and still get the job done. You can feel unmotivated and still be disciplined. People who succeed at the highest level are not driven by emotion. They are driven by purpose. They've made a decision to follow through, no matter how they feel. They understand that greatness is built through consistent effort, not occasional motivation. They use systems, habits, and routines to stay on course, even when their emotions try to pull them off track. They wake up early even when they're tired. They work on their craft even when they don't feel like it. They keep going even when they're discouraged. If you want to succeed, you must learn to treat your feelings like background noise. Acknowledge them, but don't obey them. Feelings may knock on your door, but you don't have to let them run your house, your mission, your goals, your values. These are the things that should guide your choices. You must choose to act based on who you want to become, not how you feel right now. When you stop letting feelings drive your decisions, you start moving with clarity, consistency, and conviction, and that's when real progress begins. Discipline is the cornerstone of every great achievement. It's what bridges the gap between intention and execution, between dreams and reality. Emotion may light the spark, but only discipline keeps the fire burning. If you rely on motivation, which is emotional and fleeting, your progress will be inconsistent. One day you'll feel unstoppable. The next, you won't even want to get out of bed. That's why discipline is more powerful. It's not dependent on mood. It's a decision you make in advance and commit to, even when everything inside you is screaming to quit. Let's be real, motivation feels good. It gives you a rush. You watch a video, hear a speech, or have a breakthrough idea, and for a moment you feel like you can conquer the world. But what happens when that feeling fades? What happens the next morning when the alarm goes off at 5 a.m. and your bed feels warm and comfortable? Motivation is nowhere to be found. That's when discipline needs to take over. Discipline says, I made a commitment and I'm going to honor it. Discipline doesn't negotiate. It doesn't need inspiration. It just does the work. The people who succeed are not always the most talented, gifted, or lucky. They're the ones who keep showing up. They don't ask themselves how they feel every day before getting to work. They follow the plan. They trust the process. They respect the grind. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't want to do it. It's the ability to keep your word to yourself long after the mood you said it in has passed. Think about athletes training in the off-season, entrepreneurs grinding when no one's watching, students studying while others party. These are examples of discipline in action. It's not flashy and it's not glamorous. Most of the time it's repetitive, boring, and hard, but that's the point. Discipline is what separates amateurs from professionals. It's what turns goals into results. The truth is, your feelings will lie to you. They'll tell you to rest when you need to push. They'll tell you to stop when you're just getting started. Discipline cuts through that noise. It gives you control. And once you develop it, you become unstoppable. Not because everything gets easier, but because you get stronger. You can't build a successful life based on how you feel. You build it by making decisions in advance and sticking to them day after day, choice after choice. Discipline gives you that power, so stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting to feel like it. Start moving with discipline, and the results will follow. Consistency is what turns small actions into massive success. It's not about doing something once or twice when you feel excited. It's about doing it every single day, even when you're tired, bored, or unmotivated. Too many people chase success like it's a lottery ticket. They think one big move, one lucky break, one great day of work will change their lives. But that's not how real success works. The truth is, success is earned in the quiet, ordinary, often unseen moments of discipline and repetition. It's what you do consistently that builds the life you want, not what you do occasionally. Think of anything worthwhile: building a strong body, mastering a skill, starting a business, deepening a relationship. It all requires showing up consistently. Not when it's convenient, not just when it's fun, but every day. Winners don't rely on motivation to show up. They have routines, systems, habits. They make a non-negotiable decision to move forward, and they do it over and over again. That's how momentum is built, not in bursts of energy, but in a steady, focused commitment to the process. Consistency is boring, and that's why most people give up. They start something new, get excited, and feel good at first. But when the novelty wears off and the grind kicks in, they lose interest. That's the moment where success is either built or broken. Those who are consistent push through the boredom. They embrace repetition. They understand that every rep, every session, every email, every early morning adds up. Even if they don't see immediate results, they keep going because they trust that consistency compounds over time. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't do it once and expect perfect dental health. You do it every day, without fail, because it's necessary. That's how you need to treat your goals. You don't write one chapter and call yourself an author. You don't eat one salad and call yourself healthy. You don't go to the gym once and expect to be fit. The same rule applies to everything. Success comes to those who keep showing up long after the excitement has worn off. And here's what's beautiful about consistency. It builds confidence. When you prove to yourself that you can stick to something, your belief in yourself grows. You start to trust your ability to follow through. That creates momentum, and over time your small, consistent actions turn into powerful results. So if you're tired of starting and stopping, if you're sick of wondering why you're not further along, look at your consistency. Are you showing up every day or just when you feel like it? Because success doesn't reward intensity. It rewards discipline. If you want to win, be consistent. Show up every day, no excuses. Purpose is the engine that drives perseverance. When the journey gets tough, and it will get tough, your purpose is what keeps you going. Without it, you'll burn out quickly. Without it, you'll quit the moment things stop being fun or easy. But when your actions are anchored to a clear purpose, when you know exactly why you're doing what you're doing, you gain a level of strength and focus that emotion alone can never give you. It's easy to start something with a burst of motivation. Anyone can get excited about a new goal. But when life punches back, when obstacles show up, when you feel tired, rejected, or overwhelmed, motivation disappears. That's where purpose steps in. Purpose doesn't fade with emotions. It doesn't disappear when things get hard. Purpose is rooted deep. It's what makes you get up when your body wants to rest. It's what makes you push forward when the odds are against you. It reminds you that the pain you feel now is temporary, but the reward of staying the course is worth it. You see, your purpose is more than a goal. It's a reason to endure, a reason to sacrifice, a reason to say no to distractions and yes to discipline. When you're connected to a strong purpose, it gives your effort meaning. You're no longer just working out. You're training for a better version of yourself. You're no longer just studying. You're preparing to change your life. You're no longer just grinding. You're building something that matters. Most people quit not because they lack talent, but because they lose sight of why they started. They forget the mission. They let their temporary feelings override their long-term vision. But if you can keep your why in front of you, you become dangerous. You become focused, and that focus is what allows you to persist through pain, through boredom, through failure. Purpose is what allows you to endure when everyone else walks away. So what's your why? Is it to provide a better life for your family, to break generational cycles, to prove to yourself that you're capable, to serve others with your gifts? Whatever it is, write it down, memorize it, speak it out loud every morning if you have to. Let that purpose become your internal fuel, because when the motivation fades, it's the only thing that will keep you moving forward. Don't let life push you around just because you don't feel like fighting. Tie your daily actions to your deeper purpose. Let it guide your schedule, your decisions, your mindset. When you do that, no feeling, no setback, no delay can stop you, because you're not moving based on emotion. You're moving based on purpose, and that's how real success is built. Growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. It's a truth that many people overlook or actively avoid, but it's one of the most critical principles in the pursuit of success. If you want to achieve something meaningful, you can't expect it to come easily. Success demands you step outside the familiar, the easy, and the safe. It requires you to face discomfort, uncertainty, and the unknown. The discomfort you feel when trying something new or pushing yourself further than before, that's growth. The discomfort of pushing your limits is actually a signal that you're on the right track. It's the sign that you're challenging yourself in ways that will expand your potential. When we're comfortable, we're not evolving, we're coasting. But success doesn't come from coasting. It comes from taking risks, from making mistakes, from experiencing failure and finding the strength to get back up. It's easy to look at someone who's succeeded and think, wow, they have it all together, they must have it easy, but the truth is, they've likely had to fight for every step they've gained. They've stepped out of their comfort zones time and time again, putting in the hard work, facing the fear, and accepting the failure that came with it. Look at athletes who push their bodies to the limit. They don't get stronger by staying in the gym when it's comfortable or by taking it easy on their workouts. They challenge themselves to lift heavier, run faster, and go longer than they've gone before. They embrace the burn, the sweat, and the fatigue because they know that's where the real progress lies. The same principle applies to any area of life. If you stay where you're comfortable, you'll never grow beyond where you are. You have to step into the unknown, face the discomfort, and push yourself to new heights. Consider the process of building muscle. You don't build muscle by lifting the same weight every day. You build muscle by progressively increasing the weight, by testing your limits, and by enduring the discomfort that comes with pushing beyond what you've done before. Similarly, success in life is built when you consistently challenge yourself, when you push through fear and uncertainty, and when you keep going even when it's uncomfortable. That's when growth happens. The discomfort you feel when you're stepping out of your comfort zone isn't a sign to stop. It's the sign that you're about to grow. It's the sign that you're on the verge of leveling up. It's not supposed to feel comfortable. If it did, it wouldn't be growth. It would just be repetition. The fear of stepping into discomfort is natural, but you need to understand that this fear is often your mind's way of protecting you from failure, from the unknown. However, failure is part of the process. It's not something to avoid, it's something to learn from. The people who succeed are not the ones who avoid failure. They are the ones who embrace it, learn from it, and use it as fuel to keep going. In your pursuit of success, remember that if you want to see change, you have to be willing to change. You have to step into that discomfort and embrace it. Growth only happens when you push past your limitations, when you take that leap of faith into the unknown, and when you keep going even when it's uncomfortable. So if you're serious about your success, get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's where the magic happens. That's where you transform. That's where you grow. And that's where success is born. The key to lasting success is not just about having dreams or goals. It's about the ability to finish what you started. It's easy to be enthusiastic in the beginning of any endeavor. It's easy to talk about what you want to achieve when everything feels fresh, exciting, and full of potential. But success is not about starting, it's about completing. It's about holding your course even when the excitement fades, when the path gets tough, and when you face setbacks. It's about finishing even when your motivation has long since left the building. The most successful people in life are not the ones with the best ideas. They are the ones who consistently follow through. Commitment is the foundation of finishing. The act of finishing is what differentiates those who only dream from those who actually achieve. Every day you show up to do the work, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it. You're building something that will pay off in the long run. It's easy to start projects, to make big plans, to talk about big ideas. But what sets the achievers apart from the dreamers is their ability to follow through, no matter how hard it gets. It's in the struggle that the true test of your resolve occurs. When everything inside you tells you to stop, but you push forward anyway, that's when the magic happens. That's when you know you're on the path to success. In life, you will encounter resistance. There will be moments of doubt, frustration, and fatigue. The path will not always be linear, and things may not always go as planned. But success is not about being flawless. It's about being relentless. It's about finding the strength to finish even when every ounce of you is ready to quit. The process will challenge you. It will demand everything you've got. But that's where real growth takes place. It's in those moments of discomfort, in those times when you want to throw in the towel, that the most important transformations happen. If you can push through and finish, if you can honor the commitment you made to yourself, you will find yourself achieving things you once thought impossible. You're not going to get there by quitting. You're not going to get there by taking shortcuts or looking for easy answers. You're going to get there by finishing, by following through, and by being relentless in the face of adversity. Success doesn't reward the person who starts. It rewards the person who finishes. So let me leave you with this. Your ability to finish is directly tied to your ability to decide, to commit, and to show up every single day, regardless of how you feel. Make the decision right now that you will no longer stop halfway through your dreams. Commit to your vision with every ounce of your being and finish what you start. Because at the end of the day, the difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't talent or resources. It's the decision to finish asterisk. Now take that decision and run with it. Finish, be relentless, and never ever give up.